Oh, wow, that was a great nap.
Oh,
Okay.
look, he's finally awake.
Oh, cool.
Hey.
Okay.
I was worried.
I just had the greatest nap of my life. Okay, let's get started on March Madness.
Oh,
Hmm.
it might be June.
June. Oh no,
Yes.
I should have not played Nine Pins in the mountains with those strange guys.
Well, I figured you just found another one of Ambrose Spike's secret casks down there.
I was
And we
thinking
don't
the
know what it does.
System Ray special.
Something like that.
Something like that. I don't know.
Because you missed my birthday, but I won't hold it against you too much.
It is my birthday literally today. So
Oh,
But-
happy birthday!
Happy
Yeah,
birthday!
Happy birthday, yeah. But we have a game to play.
Yes, we
Yes,
we have March Madness in June.
Yay! Like Christmas in
That's how
July.
that works. Yeah, that's how that works, right?
Totally feels like it.
I
So
never understood why they do July, because 6 months is June 25th. Go figure.
Well,
yeah,
nobody knows.
I mean, July feels more like the middle of the year than June.
Yeah, that's fair.
True.
It's also the middle of summer. And I mean, that's the time when most people have the most free time and they're taking vacations and stuff. So, anyway,
Exactly what I'm doing. I'm not working on.
So what are we doing here?
we are going to do a March Madness bracket to figure out what is the best Redwall book.
We're not gonna make anyone angry.
Clearly, it's Outcast.
Well, of course not. Because everybody agrees with our opinions, right?
Our opinions are right.
Especially on
Wait, our
Outcast.
opinion is right.
Yes. So the way this is going to work, because there are 22 books in the series and 22 does not break up evenly into a nice, like quarterly bracket thing. We are going to do something a little different to play with the numbers to make sure that we have a bracket that works. So we're still going to start from a nice basic divisible by 4 number, which is 8. We're going to have 8 rounds, well, actually 7, because one of those brackets is a pass through. Because with 21, one less than the total number of books in the series, that's divisible by 7, which is a nice number to work with. So, arguably the most popular book, according to most fans, Mossflower is getting a free pass through the first round. And then the remaining 7 brackets are going to be triplets that we are going to then pair off against each other and figure out which one of these 3 books is the best.
And to
And
keep
the
us
way-
from going, 4 hours long, I am limiting each debate here to 5 minutes.
Which I think is fair and will hopefully keep us on track, because we don't want this episode to drag on too terribly long. The other thing I will
do the timer, or okay.
I'm doing the timer.
Okay, cool.
Other thing I will note is that, as I've previously mentioned on air, there seems to be like 3 distinct eras, quote unquote, of Redwall. We have the, hey, Brian was just starting the series. Then we have like the middle era, which is like, that's where all of like the good, everybody loves these stories are. And then we have like the later generation that tend to be a little bit more like people, I'm not sure about these. So we have 1 book from each of these eras represented in each bracket at the beginning. So after we
We'll
Yes.
have to make show notes and link them so people can see this, but yes.
Yes. I currently have them displayed here to Discord. My fellow panelists are welcome to reference them as much as they would like. So after the first bracket, we shall, the first round of brackets will go down to 4, and then from the 2, and then we will crown the winner.
Okay.
Woohoo!
So
Bracket 2 is nonsense hard.
yes, that is going to
that's a
be
good one.
that's going to be very controversial. But
Yeah,
we will get there.
we'll get there. Sorry.
So first bracket, Pete, 5 minutes on the clock, please.
5 minutes ready.
Redwall, Pearls of Lutra, Loam Hedge.
I
I'll
would
defend
personally-
Loam Hedge.
Okay, go ahead. I was going to not defend Loamhedge, do the opposite of defending Loamhedge.
Should I start? Okay.
Yes.
People say
Good.
Loam Hedge is boring. I say Loam Hedge is meditative. It's what we need. We need some. You got to take a break in the action sometimes. You got to just go over there and look at the other stuff. Stop and smell the flowers. I don't know why people say that's a bad thing. We need to be more zen about our lives. That's what they say all the time in Redwall, isn't it? We got to appreciate nature for the beauty it gives us, and that's what it gives us. I see the rest of my time for now.
Oh my.
Point of order. Loam Hedge is not about Loam Hedge.
I know.
The book should have been renamed to something else.
Yeah, that's
Even
kind of.
better. Stop being so attached to these things that we think are so something.
I think a better title for the book would have been Wear It, and even that is not a good title.
No. But yeah, if we're getting serious for a moment, Loamhedge does not handle disability well. So that would
That's
be
the
my
other point.
against. Yes.
Well, I can't
So
argue that.
I think that the real discussion here is between Redwall, the original book, and Pearls of Lutra. And honestly,
That's a tough
I'm
one.
leaning towards I'm leaning towards the original. Not that Pearls of Lutra is bad. Pearls of Lutra is excellent. It gives us some of the most interesting character development from that mid-era of the series. The first book is iconic.
Yeah, I'm really struggling because Pearls, I love Pearls. I love all the riddles, even though some of them don't make a lot of sense. Like they're hard to solve if you just like a bee, okay. But I like Tansy. I love the friendship between Cracklin, Picknam, and Tansy. But like Redwall got me into the series. And even though it has weird stuff like horses and town dogs and like piglets, I don't know. It's just I don't know. There's Matthias and Clooney and just all the classic stuff. So there's a good dose of nostalgia too. So I'm very torn. I think I might want to go with Redwall as well.
I legitimately think Pearls is better. Like, I never thought I'd say that. I think it's got a bigger scope. I think it's got a cooler villain. It's got a better cover. I like the way it ends, where she disposes of the pearls. It's very why am I forgetting the author's name? Who's read The Pearl? By
Jakes.
Oscar.
No, not
Wilde?
Soroy. No, not Soroyan. He wrote the Grapes of Wrath.
Oscar. Oh, John Steinbeck.
John Steinbeck. Yeah, it's got a very Steinbeckian theme to it. I like the whole this Ublas is the snake charmer, right?
Yep.
Yep, I love that. I think that's got a lot going for it. Who's gonna back me up here? Anybody?
What do you think, Pete?
Tough call, and I honestly think that as much as I would love to give it Pearls for all those reasons
Oh.
that Braden just outlined, especially since it's a much more mature book, it's more well written. I'm going ahead and back the original here because it's at the rules. Now that doesn't mean I'm going to give it credence in further brackets, but I think it deserves to go at least one rank up, especially on
All
villain alone. So,
Right.
all right, we are at a minute 18, so that was 3 votes for Redwall, 1 for Pearls, none for Loamhedge. I think we have our answer.
All right.
Oh, great. There we go. Dropping that into chat. Round 2, the controversial one. Madame Mayo versus Long Patrol versus Rackety Tab.
Timer
This
start.
is so hard.
So,
Ooh.
I'll take point here because I ended. I am tossing out Rackety Tam for my as I'm
Ooh.
disregarding that one. Not because I don't
Really?
like the book. I enjoy the book, especially the over-the-top Scottish accents. But Gulo is uninteresting as a villain.
Oh, I like him.
He, the rest of around him is more interesting. His songs and everything else, and the fact he's a literal cannibal, but he's dumb as bricks. So
I'm a fan of an unapologetically bad villain just for being bad. That's just my stance on this.
Yeah.
that said,
I
between
see that.
Man of Mayo and Long Patrol, again, this is a tough call to make. We both have both very good villains, as well as both very compelling principal characters, with the exception of Man of Mayo himself starts off very rough. But he does grow on you as time goes by. But my vote would actually be towards Long Patrol. Not for the villain's sake, but for the scale of just the sheer of what we're dealing with, and arguably one of the best Badger ladies to grace the entire franchise. So
I mean, Krega is definitely a
Yes.
very good reason to vote for
Yeah.
Lawn Patrol. I will stand by my Rackety Tam is my favorite book, so I'm voting Rackety Tam. It's a no brainer. I between like the actual story itself, which I very much enjoy, the absolutely amazing audiobook with really great music. It's the full package in my eyes. I'm voting Rackety Tam.
So this
Ah.
this is challenge. Do you want to go, Braden, or
No, I'm stuck between like 10-year-old Braden and 35-year-old Braden, and they have different opinions, you know?
right?
I feel
Yeah.
you.
So for Matameo, I don't know if the character development, like I don't know if his arc is convincing. Like there's stuff there, but it could have been fleshed out just a bit more. I do like Slagar, but and Rackety Tam like is is compelling. I do like Rackety Tam a lot, but with Long Patrol, there's just Tamo is such an endearing hero. He is so like tender, just more tender and compassionate than we usually see. Not that they're not like tender and compassionate, but I don't know, he's just very sort of more of a sensitive male character, which I love. I love Ressa Nodre. I love Krega. There's just so many characters. Dammit Warfang, I will admit, is not a great villain. Like he's not one of the top tier villains, but there's just so much. And Paragord, I have to go Long Patrol. It's just so like cinematic and it's yeah, I think it's the best one.
I remember you guys talking about like World War I parallels to Long Patrol, even. I'm like, man, you're right. Like, it's just got so much depth to it. The characters are good. The way they relate to each other. I love that core relationship of the main character and Squirrel. Can't remember her name. That's
Ressa Nodre.
great. Yeah, Wesley Nodge. God, that's fantastic. I remember thinking Dirk was the coolest thing on earth at the time. I learned a word from it. He blanched.
Yeah.
There's so much that book brought me when I was a kid. Matameo was huge. Like the scale was amazing. I thought it was like the first really like Redwall finding its like big legs.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
okay, we
So,
are about a minute out, so we need votes.
okay, I'm honestly I'm going Rackety Tam though. I just like the characters more.
Ooh.
Yeah, I love the Scottish thing going for it. That's a nice little angle turn. Like, you know when things got a little modern, you're like, yeah, I don't know, but this one felt like a good modern take on Redwall overall to me. I
So
liked Gulo.
do we have 2 and 2?
Ah,
I
jeez.
will put this forward as an option. We could carry both to the next round, but that would mean we'd have a triplet in with a whole bunch of pairs. So there's a chance that we'll be introducing an additional book, but it might not result in any change in decision.
So ordered. Moving on.
Okay,
So we're
Okay.
at 9 seconds. So
all right.
So Racket 2, Long Patrol, Racky Tam, moving on. Round 3. Mariel of Redwall Marl Fox, Hyrule Lane.
Marl Fox, hands
And-
down.
I was going to say Marl Fox gets my immediate vote. It feels like
Moral Fox because I believe Bellmaker is a better book with the same character set.
Oh, this is hard. I really love Marielle, but I really love Jangler Swift Eye, and I love Tyria. But Hyrule Lane, I think, was just a weaker book in general, so that's
Oh, yeah.
out.
Mhm.
Marielle was so good though. Oh man. Okay, I guess I'm the only one who's. I will go with Marl Fox as well.
I think it's
That's
top
u-
3.
I believe that's unanimous, isn't it?
I think
yes,
so.
that's unanimous.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
So
All right.
bracket 3 passes unanimously.
Okay. Bracket 4.
So on to round 4. Salamandastron, Legend of Luke, Eulalia. I know which one it isn't.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
have to throw out Legend of Luke for me.
No!
Interesting.
No.
Oh, I'll defend Legend of Luke. I love that book. I may
Oh,
not.
I like.
I may be
like it
real
too, but-
nostalgic about it. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you want me to say why I'm throwing it out?
No, you don't have to
Yes.
justify your vote.
Okay.
You have to provide your vote.
Okay.
But that's your call.
I'm curious regardless.
Okay, so the story is good. I just do not appreciate that we once again get a female character who has very few lines and then is killed to drive forward a male's story. Also, I think books 1 and 3, like the book 2 of Legend of Luke, is really good. Besides that thing that I just mentioned, like it's a good story. But book 1 and 3 are just kind of a bunch of filler with stuff that was just recycled from Mossflower. And there were like, so we had Flitch Eye, we had painted ones, we had a swan, we had crabs, we had just stuff that was already seen in Mossflower. So I just don't think it does anything really original with books 1 and 3, even though book 2 was good.
Fair.
I'm not saying you're wrong about any of this. It's the worst part. I will say this is kind of an irrational vote on my part. I was like an 11-year-old who was like, new Redwall books are coming out, and I'm here for it, and I am hyped. Like,
I totally get that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
I
go with
will say-
Salamandastron though. Sorry,
I
go
will
ahead.
say, I will go with Salamandastron. I will follow your logic, Katie. But Legend of Luke has one of my favorite ridiculous long hair names in Beauclair feathering Salcott forcing him.
Yes.
That is an amazing name.
Ooh, all things being equal, that's a very
If we were
big.
going just by hair names, that would get an instant win.
And Eulalia is
that weighs a
fine.
lot of things.
Eulalia is fine. It just has nothing really original except for the Tibura, which we had nothing of the Tibura before, and then it was suddenly introduced in book 19. So that was just like kind of
Mhm.
annoying. And then there was just a Vengeful Badger, and Orkwill was fine. I loved Mad Maudie, but she didn't like redeem the book totally for me. I do love her though. I will happily reread Eulalia for Mad Maudie, but yeah, I just don't think compared to the Salamandastron, I don't think Eulalia gets my vote. So
So that said, my vote is Salamandastron. While the Redwall plot is weak, it is still interesting to a point, even if it takes up far more time than it should.
yeah.
Because you genuinely feel the frustration, the stress, the fear of basically what happened to Lomehedge is happening to Redwall. So, that said, the actual A plot of a invasion army at Salamandastron and the will they won't they make it back in time to rescue Mara's father is a fairly good plot. So, and the tragic, bittersweet ending is a good way to segues us because chronologically this segues us back into the main Redwall. So that is my vote.
Yep.
Right. I
What's
think
our vote? What's our vote
Salamandastron-
count? Okay. What's our vote count?
3 for Salamandastron.
Okay.
I mean, I could be frustrated to vote for it as the better book, honestly.
All right. Next
Okay.
one.
So, bracket number 5. This one is going to be. There's going to be 2 that I think are strong contenders. Martin the Warrior Lord Brocktree, Doom White.
And
Oh
timer.
man.
So I will lead here. The only reason I'm against Doom White among these three, and I am, is because if Brian wanted to invoke Morgoth this late in the game, there should have been greater world building before this point. And the fact, to that end, we are caught between Martin the Warrior and Lord Brocktree, both very good books.
Yeah.
With obviously Martin the Warrior is the most tragic of the entire franchise for the obvious
Yes.
reasons.
Spoilers, Rose dies.
But Brocktree itself is somewhat tragic itself when you get into Stonepaw's death, and yeah, that happens. We also see that Wildcats are not invincible, not that they were before, but it is what's his face is a much more compelling Wildcat bad guy than Sermina.
Ungetron.
That said,
Ungetron,
yes,
yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
That said, my vote is Martin the Warrior because of how iconic it is.
I agree.
You both do such a
yeah.
good job of meeting your heroes, and they're good.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
Yeah.
you continue.
Okay, so as much as I enjoy Lord Brocktree, which I genuinely do, it's a really good book. My thing is, it has way too many songs. Like, I enjoy the songs usually, but there are so many songs in Lord Brocktree.
That never drove me nuts growing up.
But I
No.
think Martin the Warrior has just the right amount of songs to like add something to the story. Also, the story is just very good. And like I think Rose was given enough screen time and enough like agency as a character that her death doesn't feel like Martin's mother's death to me. It feels tragic in its own right for Rose like herself rather than what she like obviously it's sad for Martin, but it's also sad because Rose died. Like we're sad for Rose as well. So yeah, I think Martin the Warrior gets my vote as well.
I'm going to stick with Lord Brocktree, mostly on principle at this point, but not largely, but my main argument is it does a very, very good hero's journey. It's
does.
one of those, it feels
Mhm.
like the Redwall version of doing a classic, like, fulfilling your destiny thing without feeling any, sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? But, like, it's overdone in any way, or, like, trying to rebrand it that much. It rides that line very well for me. And like I said, it was one of those like, oh, you could have screwed this up so badly. You meet your heroes and you're disappointed and it just didn't go well. But I think it pulls off what it wanted to so well.
All right, that's 3 votes Martin the Warrior, 1 vote Lord Brocktree.
Okay.
Poor Doom White.
I know.
Yeah.
And it's the Quentin Tarantino book of the franchise. It's, yeah.
It feels like it, yeah.
Okay. Bracket 6.
Bracket 6 is, this is going to be interesting, Bellmaker, Tagarung, Sable Queen.
I think I'm going Tagarung.
Yeah. So Sable Queen I'm gonna kick it out. Sorry, go ahead.
I know my vote. It's Bellmaker. I literally just said this a couple of brackets ago, but I think Bellmaker is a stronger book than Mariel because it does better with the core characters, and we're not even at Redwall for the bulk of it.
Yeah, I agree.
So, the reason I cannot vote for Tagarung is things I outlined in that episode. Given the opportunity to truly explore the whole Vermin Woodlander divide, it falls back to tropes. So, there we go.
Yep,
All
It
right.
did a better job than Outcast.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that.
Yeah, I just made a point that's useless.
I'm going to have to go Tagarung. Not because I think it's necessarily the better story, but I think it has more interesting, more well-developed characters than Bellmaker. Not to say Bellmaker has bad characters, but we're rehashing some of the characters from Mariel. And the new characters that get brought in from Southsward, I find them interesting, but I don't find them as interesting as I do the characters that are in Tagarung. Plus, we get to see a little bit more into one of like the vermin cultures, and it's exactly what you think it would be. It feels like every other horde, just okay, they actually have roots to a location. But I also like the fact that we get to see a little bit more of the interpersonal dynamics in what is ostensibly supposed to be peacetime. So I'm voting Tagarung.
Yeah, and I mean I'm biased because Tagarung is my favorite book, but I also do like Bellmaker as well. But I'm voting for Tagarung just because I mean the stuff Matthias said. I don't know. I'm really like a characters, relationships, friendships person. I think Nimbalo is very interesting because of his sort of darker background. Like he had an abusive childhood, and that's why he doesn't like families. Like that's sort of just a weird glimpse of trauma that we usually don't get in these books,
Yeah.
which makes him really interesting. Um, I like Mira and Krega's friendship a lot. I like Forlorn and Mira's relationship because we don't really get a lot of mother-daughter relationships in the series. I like Grasul because of like her loyalty to the clan is really interesting. Like she doesn't do stuff for her own motivation. She does it for the motivation of the clan to keep them together, like to protect herself, but also because she knows that the clan is the most important thing. So I think she's a really interesting seer. So yeah, I mean, Tag is fine, but he's not the most interesting part of the book for me.
Okay.
I don't have much new to say there. I think I agree with everything about Tagarung. Just I think it's a little more complex book.
All right. That is 3 votes Tagarung, 1 vote Bellmaker.
Okay.
For Sable Queen.
Yeah.
Oh, this
All
one's
right.
gonna be interesting. I just went to the
Yeah.
last.
Bracket 7.
Ooh.
Outcast of Redwall, Triss, Rogue Crew.
Man, you picked a interesting preset there.
If bracket 2 was the like, okay, these are all interesting books with interesting things going on, I feel like bracket 7 is the opposite.
See, I liked Triss. I just didn't think Triss got enough time in the book. Also, there was
Fair.
I don't
Scarum.
remember
Completely fair.
anything about this book.
Yeah, that's pretty telling. I mean, there's Scarum. There's Scarum. He exists in that book, which is
Yeah.
not great. But yeah.
If I have to pick one of these as the better story, not saying it's a great story, but just saying the better experience story-wise, I have to go Triss. But if we're going just simply off of which of these 3 will ignite the most discussion, that is Outcast, hands down.
It is.
Yeah. So what
Outcast
do we?
aims higher.
Yeah. It's just so problematic.
I know.
Oh no. Are we
Hmm.
doing better story or better discussion, or is it just up to us, like individually?
I think it's up to us, whichever one we think is better in one way or the other. I'm voting Triss.
Nobody's even voting Rogue Crew, huh? That's so shocking.
Just
No.
debating a bit, honestly,
Okay.
because it is a self-contained story. It's just that the chosen hero that we believe almost right to the very end is gonna be the sword wielder, and oops, it's someone else. Really got on my nerves.
Yeah, I
Like
didn't
you
like. I
could
didn't.
see
that could go
Madame you
poorly.
could see Madame Mayo growing up, and we did not see that with that character.
I did not like Ugo at all.
Yeah. That said,
No,
my
yeah.
issue with voting for Triss is that the ending is cut off and reduced to an epilogue, which is not good storytelling.
Yeah.
That said, I am going to take the controversial pick and actually vote Outcast.
Ooh.
I was
The reason
gonna do.
is Sunflash. His story carries far better than any of the other 2 stories. And Brian was at least exploring the tropes here, even if he wouldn't break them.
Yeah, I was thinking it tried and failed, but at least it tried. That's what I was going with for Outcast.
Oh no. Oh man. I think I'm gonna have
It's
to go with
hard.
Outcast. I'm gonna have to go with Outcast as well.
Okay. Wow, that is surprising.
We
Yes.
also learned how they brush their teeth in this one.
Yeah. Really?
Wait, which one was
I think
it?
it was Salamandastron, wasn't it? Salamandastron?
Was it where he makes him eat the stale bread and he's like, "You should have brushed your teeth."
Yes, that was Salamandastron.
So that is 3 votes Outcast, 1 vote Triss. Outcast
What have we
wins.
done?
I have no idea, but I know that whatever it's up against,
Oh, it'll
actually, I
lose,
know what
too.
it's up against. It's going to lose because for bracket 8, that's just an automatic free pass for Mossflower, and
Yeah.
those are going to be the next 2. So I'm just going to call
Okay.
it here.
So
The
next
contrarian in
bracket.
me will vote against Beyond Flower, but it's my favorite.
Okay. That said, Matthias, next round.
Yes. So this is going to be the winners of brackets 1 and 2. Redwall, Long Patrol, and Rackety Tam.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Long Patrol. Definitely Long Patrol. For much of the same reasons I've already cited, that it is a grand scale of a story. We have genuine character progression, and it's better written. I'm not trying to knock the original, but the rules are established, they are invoked, they are solid. So, Long Patrol it
agree.
is.
I agree with Pete. I'm gonna go Long Patrol as well.
Yeah, I'm going Long Patrol. It's arguably the best book in the series. And I think that just stands up enough against the original.
Oh, you all wound me.
I know.
I stand by my Rackety Tam, but I will not disagree with any of your points. I think they are valid. I just like Rackety Tam better.
It's it has a special place in my heart, but I think structure-wise, it's probably not quite as good.
If it's any consolation with us, we did that in under. We crossed the 1 minute threshold when you said, yeah. So, clear winner, Long Patrol.
Rip the Band-Aid.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
a hard one.
Yeah.
This one I think is also going to be difficult. Marlfox versus Salamandastron.
Oh. Huh.
Moral
Probably
Fox.
Marlfox.
It's the better story.
Yeah.
Salamandastron, I love it. It was my favorite as a kid. It's the one I have signed, no less.
Cool.
Moral Fox is better written, and it is a much more compelling villain set than Weasel Boy. So,
Rago.
He had knives. He had all the knives.
yeah. So, I will definitely vote Moral Fox over Salamandastron, as tough it is for me, because, as we've already pointed out, the Redwall portion of Salamandastron takes away from it.
Fair. I will also vote Marlfox. I think Marlfox is not only a more compelling story with more interesting villains. I just like the fact that it bounces around. It bounces around a little bit more, so you get more of this, like, not necessarily cliffhangers, but because you're going from little team to little team to little team, you get more of this sense of scale for the world, which I like.
Yeah.
And I also like the fact that it does kind of tease out this, like, okay, I want to keep reading because I want to see what happens to my preferred bad guy team over here. What are they getting up to? And okay, how does the heroes, how do they get through their next peril? And it flows very nicely.
Mm-hmm. So, have we ever talked about, if I remember correctly, they were like, we're going to change the log boats to something else at the end, and that never materialized in the future?
Oh, it never did. Nope, you're correct.
Yeah. That's not the fault of that book, but I'm like, what is this?
Well, it's status quo is king. It always
Yes.
rears its head and
Unfortunately,
says,
yes.
Yeah.
You have to go back to the way things are, quote unquote, supposed to be.
Yes.
Next week's episode.
Yeah,
I just,
I'm going to go ahead.
sorry, I was gonna say I just think Marl Fox was a good. It was always a good crossing point between like super modern, like updated Redwall versus classic. It really felt good to me there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. So Marl Fox had really interesting relationships, which I have. My dog just sneezed into the microphone. Sorry about that. Which I have kind of established is my thing. I love relationships. Like Dan and Rustful had a really interesting relationship that definitely improved over time. Song and Jangler had a great one. Dippler and Fenno had a not healthy relationship, but an interesting one. Um, I and I think in Salamandastron, it was just Earthstripe and Mara had this bitter relationship that we really didn't get a lot of details about. Like she was unhappy on the mountain because he didn't understand her. I would have liked more details about that. So yeah, I'm voting Marl Fox just because I like the relationships better.
Well, with a unanimous decision, round 2 of the semifinals goes to Marl Fox.
Woohoo!
Next round.
So, next round is Martin the Warrior versus Tagarung, and this is going to be
Martin.
Martin the Warrior. Yep.
Martin.
Yeah, I have to go with Martin too, even though Tagarong is my favorite book. But Martin is more iconic. So, yep. Sorry, Tagarong.
And then I'm just going to say it. I don't think we even need to discuss it. Outcast versus Mossflower.
Let's do
Mossflower.
this.
Obvious.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Just kidding.
5 seconds. That wasn't even 5 seconds.
I'll tell
I
you
mean,
why
it was-
Outcast is better than the best Redwall book.
Oh,
Hey, number one
I mean-
seed goes down sometimes.
so as it stands, going into the finals, we have Long Patrol, Marl Fox, Martin the Warrior, and Mossflower.
Oh no.
Oh,
Ooh.
this gets difficult, and the 5-minute timer still stays the same.
Oh god.
Yeah.
So, round 1, Long Patrol versus Marl Fox.
Malfox is better villains. That's just my opinion.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, I mean that's true. But I think I really like Tamo and Russ's relationship in Long Patrol, and I really like the concept of like 1,000. We're probably not going to win. We have to try to win, and it's like sort of this desperate, sort of very what do you call it, cinematic type. I don't know. Oh man.
He does have a good sense of scale with that.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm gonna have to go Long Patrol.
I need more arguments for Malfox just because I know I like it so much.
No, the
I
reason
do like
I
that
am
it's hard to
voting,
update.
the reason I am
Sorry,
voting
continue.
Marl Fox over Long Patrol is, as much as I enjoy both books, I think they're very well written. The exploration of Underground of Kotir should have been its own thing. Like,
Oh, yeah, that was weird.
it should have been its own book. Could have even gone
Mm.
full on horror. Like, something is down there. So, Marl Fox gets my vote.
I'm going Malfox still. I really think it did a good job of at least starting to update the series and move it in a different direction overall.
Are we
I
2-2
like that
then?
it was. We're 2-2.
Oh, did you vote yet,
I
Matthias?
haven't voted yet.
Oh,
Okay.
I haven't voted
excuse
yet.
me.
I think I'm gonna have to go Marl Fox because at the end of the day, I like the scale of Long Patrol, but I very much respect the fact that Marl Fox, at least for the major A and B plots, is very tightly written.
Yeah, I think
I
it's a
feel
really
like
well structured book.
there's very little in what I would call downtime. I think everyone's journeys, it feels like a cohesive dun, 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 with, like I said, not a lot in the way of downtime. It's just you want to keep reading. There are a few minor moments in Long Patrol where it's just like, yeah, this feels like a good place where I can put the book down. I don't get that in Marl Fox. You are agonizing over whether or not to put down this book. So
Okay.
No, I respect that.
I'm gonna go vote for Marl Fox. So 3-1, Marl Fox wins, going to the finals,
Intelligent.
which is surprising. I would
Yeah,
not
I'm
have
okay
called
with
that.
this. Did you know
Next.
Marl Foxes are real?
Wait,
I
what?
just looked this up. I just looked up. Marl Foxes are a real breed of fox.
Huh.
Interesting. Huh.
Hmm. Today I learned.
Indeed.
Yeah. How did we not know
Okay.
that for the... Okay. Next.
So going into the the second to last round, Martin the Warrior versus Mossflower.
Oh.
Martin the
Here
Warrior versus
we
Martin the
go.
Warrior, basically.
Oh. Martin versus himself.
Yeah, I'm going Mossflower.
Oh, man, that's tough.
It's so tough. Oh man, Mossflower is definitely a happier book.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they're very different.
I mean, we're just ignoring that Martin is a dirty, dirty liar. What about his history in that one?
He's not a liar. He just eliminates some truth.
Yeah.
And there's some brain damage in there. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
brain
we'll give him
damage.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Mossflower, just because Jakes writes Gonf with such affection. He's such a
Mhm.
beloved, well-rounded character. Like, you can have this little thief and he's roguish and charming and mischievous, but you can completely buy it when he's sobbing over his friend because he thinks he's dead. Like, there's just so much
Mhm.
depth to him. I've got to go with Mossflower for that reason.
I'm gonna second Katie on that.
Yeah, I have to go Mossflower.
Yeah.
As much as Martin the Warrior is iconic as a story, and I found the series through the animated cartoon. I liked the adaptation of Martin the Warrior in its animated form, even though it wasn't perfect. It was good, and we never got an animated adaptation of Mossflower, which I understand was supposed to be season 4 if there was going to be one.
That would
I
have been
always thought it was
fun.
Mariel.
Yeah.
Go figure.
But Mossflower, there's something about it where it has that sense of scale and wonder to it, whereas Martin the Warrior as a whole feels more depressing. It's like, which would I rather watch? Would I rather watch a like Tolkien-esque, hey, we're going to have this grand epic journey, or one of those World War II escape from prison camp movies? I'm going with the grand epic adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mossflower's got that special sauce to me where it's like that layer of love put into it that feels intangible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I know it was relatively early on, he's still figuring it out, but it feels like there was just so much soul put into that one.
Yeah, he definitely hit like basically a win after a win after a win with each of the major plot points, the characters, everything. Plus, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Sarmina is such a great villain to hate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I always forget that he introduces a female villain so early into the series, which is cool.
Mhm. So I think it's unanimous. We have all voted Mossflower,
Oh yeah.
Yes, indeed.
meaning that going into the finals, Marl Fox versus Mossflower.
I'm
I
adding
just
1
hope both
minute
teams have
to the
fun.
timer here
All
for this
right.
discussion. We're going.
These are two of my favorites, period. Ooh.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to have to vote Mossflower simply because, as much as Marl Fox feels like Brian had a chance to like hone his storytelling craft and build up to it, Mossflower is emblematic of all of the base elements that make the series great.
Yeah, I mean, like this feels to me, it's like I'm gonna use that car guy analogy where you can get a brand new fast car. It does everything well. It goes 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. It handles great. Blah blah blah. But is it as fun as my like dinky little Honda with a manual transmission? No, because I'm engaged with it just that much more, and its weird little imperfections.
Oh man, this is hard. Like, I don't know. I kind of want to go with Mossflower because it has an audiobook, which is a weird thing, but Marl Fox doesn't. I'm sure it would have had an excellent one if it would have gotten made, but the audiobook for Mossflower is just so charming. It was one of the earlier ones, and he was
I mean,
just kind of.
if that's your reason to vote for it, vote for it. That's perfectly fine.
Yep, I'm voting for Mossflower. I mean, for the reasons I've already said, along with the audiobook thing.
What we need is a tiebreaker vote so we can really get into this.
I think that I'm gonna have to agree with the bulk here and go Mossflower. It's a tough choice on here, as we've outlined why we like Marl Fox as much as we do. But there is something to be said to centralizing your villain. Instead of 7 and plus Mom, you have one villain being the magnificent bastard she already is.
Mhm.
And we see the impact of that character on her troops, which is something we really don't see with the Marl Fox.
He also has a screwed up family.
Yeah.
Yes.
And for me, the other reason I'm voting for this is basically the Tywin Lannister here of Sarmina's dad, who we don't get enough time with, but he is, in that little bit we do get, he is interesting because, yeah, he's lawful evil. Like, he's probably the only villain to be lawful evil. Like, yeah, he could be cruel to the rebellion when it first came up. And yeah, he did demand a lot of the Woodlanders. But by all intents and purposes in the books, he kept a lot of other parties out of his own territory who would have picked on his subjects.
Mm-hmm.
It's like in Life of Brian. What have the Romans done for us?
So my vote is Mossflower.
Yeah.
All right. That means we have a unanimous winner of Mossflower with a runner-up of Marl Fox. I want to do one more round, and that is the other two finalists, Long
place.
Patrol and Martin the Warrior, for third and fourth place.
Easy.
call this
Martin third,
repoussage.
Long Patrol. Martin third, Long Patrol fourth.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Sure, yeah.
I'm going to be the dissenter, and for once, I'm going to vote Long Patrol. But that's only because, as much as I like Martin the Warrior, I like the scale of the world building in Long Patrol better.
It's so good. Yeah.
So I will acquiesce. Third place, Martin the Warrior. Fourth place, Long Patrol. Which means, in fourth place, Long Patrol. Third place, Martin the Warrior. Second place, Marl Fox. And of course, I think we could all see this coming. The winner was Mossflower.
Oh, yeah.
And there you go. That's a nice little quartet of books to recommend to people who want to start the series.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
folks, the original was nowhere near it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
As
I
much as
found
we
very
love the original, but that is interesting that the original didn't make it.
My
It
first
made
read
it to
was
the first round.
Mossflower.
What was that, Braden?
The first one I read was Mossflower back in the day.
Fair enough. I mean, I can understand why so many people get attached to the series through Mossflower. It is just that good.
Yeah.
I mean, there's another thing here that I would add to this is that Martin's own arc, as terrible as I find that third book of Legend of Luke, but Martin's own arc of coming up the angry kid to much more reserved to finally being able to let go when his father couldn't is still one of the best overarching storylines we got.
Yeah, and
Oh yeah.
the only reason I think I didn't give more credit to Legend of Luke, I mean, Salamandastron is a very good story. And despite, everything that we said here about Legend of Luke, it does play that very, very key capstone in helping to bring Martin's journey full circle. And I think there's something very significant about that, especially considering that out of the final 4 books of a 22-book series, we have both the start and the middle of Martin's story arc. The fact that Legend of Luke isn't there, I can consider that to be an honorable, mention, just so that you can finish that story arc.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah. Okay. This was fun.
Well, that was super
Yeah.
fun.
So I would love to do this same thing, but let's make a hero bracket and a villain bracket as well.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, okay. I think we could do that probably with. We'd have to make a couple tweaks here and there.
The giant list
it
that we
would
already
probably
made.
Yeah, it'd have to be a very big bracket, or we'd have to do multiple characters versus each other in a single round. Otherwise, we would be talking for more than 2 hours. Yeah, no, that would be great. I'd love to do that.
Maybe next June we could do a June Madness bracket.
Yep. I mean, we technically haven't done our, we missed our April fanfiction.
Mm.
Oh no!
So, we'll talk about what we're gonna do next time.
Right.
I think we had a different plan next. What are we doing next? Are we gonna do the trivia episode? Is another option.
Uh-oh. Did I lose you?
No, we're still here.
You cut.
Okay.
You cut out, Pete, for about 5 seconds.
Okay.
Can you repeat that?
I'm asking, what should we do our next episode? More brackets, the trivia episode, or something else?
Well,
we.
Katie and I have something that is fanfic adjacent that we could do as a fanfic episode thing, where we kind of write our own fanfiction.
Okay. You know what? That would be a nice change of pace for Fanfiction 8. So let's do that next.
Yeah, it's super fun.
All right.
We had a good time making it.
Yeah, when we developed the system, I think we talked going back and forth using this system for a good, 30, 40 minutes, something like that, and we had a riot. It was so fun. I will give a small preview to our audience. Zarmina versus Dippler in a contest. What was it, Katie? I'm trying to remember what the contest was.
Oh, I think it was like escaping something or whatever, but they had to keep a Dibbin safe. Like they couldn't kill the Dibbin, and the Dibbin, like they had to like protect the Dibbin while trying to do the thing.
Yes.
Quest.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was a stealth mission. That's what it was.
Oh, yes. And we had to decide who would win. And we decided Dippler would win because Zarmina would just get so annoyed with the Dibbin that they would be too loud.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So just think ridiculous things like that, where we will randomly generate various scenarios, and then we have to discuss and figure out, okay, who would win in this scenario?
I like this a lot.
Yep. Meanwhile, folks, you can find us on recorderonthewall.com, and I really should have checked for more reviews, and I'm totally not doing that right now. And you can find us on the usual podcast listening spaces, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Podcasts, and Spotify. And reviews.
And we're
No.
on the forum and the Reddit.
Yeah, that too.
And we have an
Kind of.
email.
We do. rotwpod@gmail.com. I forget anything now?
No, I
I
think
don't
we're
think
good.
so.
All right. Well, folks, next time it's gonna be a fan fiction show, but just a little different this time.
Woo!
All right.
Get hyped.